Today we're flying over the North Pole, certified with a North Pole diploma and in the most unusual airplane seat in the world. We are flying the Finnair Airbus A350 from Helsinki to Tokyo, where I'm spending a few weeks as a singer for an opera world premiere. I had a wide choice of flight options and it was worthwhile choosing Finnair again. You'll see why in the course of this report. Hello my dear ones, we're back in one of the most outstanding business class experiences worldwide, for sure in Europe, and that is Finnair Airbus A350 Business Class. I went on this business class to Delhi 2 years ago. That was quite an experience.
What?
The highlights were for sure the reindeer burger, the sauna in the airport, inside the lounge, a real dry sauna, mixed sauna, so really pretty impressive. And then the seat that does not recline and still makes one of the best business class seats out there, really one of the best ones. So now we're gonna go 12.5 hours to Tokyo on this, and I'm really curious how it's gonna be. I got the best seat in the house, so to speak. No obstructions for the feet, that's the bulkhead seats. This is the most space you get on any business class, I think, in the world. Better than Q Suite, better even than A&A the room, so it's really quite impressive. Looking forward very much. Now I have to sing in Tokyo. I'm gonna go there for opera performances, so that means I will try to not speak too much on board the plane during the flight, but of course I will show you everything. So let's go on Airbus A350 of Finnair Business Class in 12.5 hours from Helsinki to Tokyo.
Cabin crew, arm your doors and cross-check.
In the morning I already came in from Frankfurt, and then I had the chance to see the lounge, to visit the lounge, the Platinum Lounge of Finnair, that is. The business class ticket alone does not qualify for that lounge. However, I was granted access, and it is really quite an outstanding lounge. They do not only serve reindeer burger, but they also have a fantastic bar, and they have the famous sauna inside the lounge. A really beautiful, very well done dry sauna, mixed sauna for both men and women. So it is as Finnish as it can get. Really fantastic. And anyway, now before the flight, let's have a look at the lounge and then we take off. This lounge is really quite spectacular. Actually, I wanted to just shut up here in the lounge, but I cannot because it's just so outstanding. The Platinum Lounge of Finnair. Unfortunately, only a business class ticket is not enough to enter the lounge, but what you get here is really so impressive. I mean, first of all, this is reindeer burger. And of course, they have also just general food. And then they have these most amazing fries ever. They've been sitting here now for 20 minutes already, and they're still super crunchy. The best I've ever had outside Brussels. And then here this wonderful gin tonic. Look at this. So beautiful. And then look at this kind of champagne cocktail. It's a Hugolino, so they have a real champagne and cranberry juice and lemon juice and mint. Tastes so good. And then they have the sauna. I mean, come on, they have a sauna in the airport. Of course, this is the country of saunas, Finland, but it's still so impressive. Before the Russian war against Ukraine, Finnair was very popular for its short flight times. They just crossed Russia and then you were in Bangkok, Beijing or Tokyo in less than 10 hours. Well, that is different now. Finnair has to just go all the way around Russia, go back into Central or Western Europe and then all the round there through Central Asia and then on to Southeast Asia or Tokyo in our case, or they go the northern route, and that's what we're doing today. We're almost gonna reach the North Pole and then all the way to the east, and then we're gonna cross through the strait between Alaska and Kamchatka to go down to Japan. So that's gonna be a fascinating route, really special, because also of course outside it's gonna be daylight all the time. This is the northern summer, that means there's sunlight all the time. Of course we're gonna pull down the window blinds eventually, because of course we're still going overnight, but outside it's gonna be bright day, and that is so fascinating.
For your safety, please pay attention to the following instructions.
For 2 years I have been traveling with the excellent luggage of my sponsor Level 8, and on this 2-month trip to Japan and then throughout Asia I'm accompanied by the perfect suitcase, the XL version of the Level 8 Voyager. Level 8 is once again a reliable travel partner with suitcases and accessories that I can only recommend, and that despite bad treatment for months from my side are as good as new. Thanks to the special layout and the great interior, even larger items can be packed into the Level 8 Voyager, and thanks to the extra handle on the front, the suitcase doesn't cause back pain when fully packed and lifted into the trunk. There's also the matching carry-on or the aluminum Gibraltar carry-on suitcase, which boasts the same high-quality interior as the exterior, and like all Level 8 suitcases, it rolls effortlessly on its smooth wheels. Using the link in the video description and the exclusive TravelSync code, you can get all Level 8 items at an extra discount. Simply click and enter the code when checking out, and then enjoy this fantastic luggage.
Dinner service will start very soon, I think, and after that I will try to not speak too much anymore, but of course show you everything. I'm going to Tokyo to sing there, to sing opera there, so I should really shut up and not speak too much, because the dry air on the planes is the enemy of a singer. So anyway, that's also a reason why I chose the A350 as a plane, not only for Finnair but also because the air on an Airbus A350 is just better than on other planes. So let's have a look at the menu. There's 2 appetizers. They have something like rather Finnish, that's white fish and mousse of cold salmon. So that sounds quite nice, and cheese with pesto, and then they have 3 kinds of warm dishes, and you could also choose from 5 warm dishes online before the flight. Then there's dessert, that's cakes and some cheese, and then before landing we're having breakfast, that's scrambled eggs and cold cuts and yogurt and fruits. So, and in between are some snacks you can just serve yourself in their little bar that they have here, a little like sidebar, where they have some drinks, some little snacks in between services during the night. Let's have a look at the drinks menu. So they have Joseph Perrier champagne, and then they have a selection of 3 to 4 white wines and red wines each, and 2 dessert wines. The wines are not spectacular, so that I can say, that's just how it is. Rather like Lufthansa, for example, I would say, but there's one dessert wine I want to try, because that's a raspberry dessert wine. Of course I have to try that. And then of course they have some Finnish gin and vodka and whiskey, all the things that I will not drink because I want to sing really well in Japan. So, but I will just try a little bit, at least some of those little special things here. So, looking forward to that.
The monitor also provides an overview of the service times in chronological order, so you can see how long it is until the next meal, or how long the time for resting is planned. The menu itself is also shown in detail here, very practical for your own overview. Now let's talk about the spectacular feature of this plane, Finnair's AirLounge Seat.
This seat here is so special because I think it's the only long-haul business class seat that does not recline. That's so special, and still it's one of the most comfortable seats out there. There's actually only one little part that you can move, that's down for the legs, actually more for the upper legs, for upper thighs, and then the rest you have to do by hand, and then you just have to slide down and come up again, unless you cannot anymore, but that's not the problem normally. So what is really very special here is the amazing surface you have once you lie down. You have so much space, especially the bulkhead seats. You have 8 seats on this plane that have that. The others also very good, but these bulkhead seats are just spectacular. There's no seat like this in business class anywhere else. And I'm going to Tokyo to sing there, right? So I need to arrive really in very good shape. The whole body must be in very good shape, perfect shape actually. And that's only possible with good air on the plane. Of course, I'm gonna wear the mask and have something wet inside the mask also, just to keep the throat humid. But then also there's a perfect surface that is almost like a real bed. Very close to a first class, although it's under the seat in front of you, but it's really, really, really good. We've flown 926 kilometers so far, so that's around 6,000 miles, and we still have 10,250 kilometers to go, so that's another 7,000 miles or so. Anyway, that's quite impressive every time. And now we got this very nice dinner, and the crew here, by the way, is so nice, so friendly, really nice. They're mixed Japanese and Finnish, and actually last time when I went to India, they were also mixed Indian and Finnish staff, so that makes total sense. But I cannot say enough how amazing this seat is. You know, you have this super great space here. You can put a pillow on the side, a pillow in the back. You can still put another pillow on that side. So it's just super cozy, like at home on your sofa. I just wished my sofa was that nice. And then so much legroom. Just impressive. It's an amazing seat. So of course I had to stop because I need to say something about this food. I mean, the appetizer already, the fish is just so incredibly good. Everybody can put a salmon roll or something there. But here they have this white fish, they call it torched white fish. I think it was really raw fish, raw white fish that they flamed only the skin off. And it tastes so amazing, just really like in a very good restaurant. And then here's the warm fish dish, also just very, very good with a very delicate sauce. And then they have really sauerkraut on here. And it tastes also very good. I mean, that's so impressive. Oops. I mean, they really know how to do fish in Finland. It's outstanding.
The Finnair Business Class Amenity Kit is rather empty inside. It only offers a sleep mask, earplugs, a toothbrush and lip balm. And yet I like it, because the sleep mask is really good quality and looks chic. And there's also very comfortable slippers. We're flying all the time through the bright summer polar night outside. It's not a constant sunset, but rather continuous bright day. Nevertheless, we're flying through the night. Time to make up the bed with a lovely Finnair bedding. There's a seat cushion and a blanket that's perfect for the flight, plus plenty of pillows to compensate for the lack of seat adjustment. The bed surface is also very generous, as is the legroom. Before it gets dark, there's small lighting effects reminiscent of the region's northern lights, a really nice touch, and during the night, 2 small service buffets with snacks and drinks are set up at the very front and between the 2 business class cabins. I slept very well, but every now and then I try to see something of the North Pole or Kamchatka or Alaska to the left. Unfortunately, the entire North Polar region was completely overcast and the clouds only opened up shortly before reaching Japan. Time for breakfast.
Cabin crew, landing in 10 minutes.
So now we're descending into Tokyo, and the captain just said we have 10 minutes left, so there's still some time, and I was resting my voice anyway all over the night, so that's really great, so I can say a little bit about this flight still. First of all, the bed. It was as fantastic as I thought it would be. Really so much space, especially in the bulkhead seats. It's really fantastic. Then breakfast was quite nice. It was not outstanding, but it was really quite nice. They could have had maybe more bread. And the espresso machine did not work, so we had coffee, so that's fine too. I mean, the only thing there where they could improve maybe is the wines and drinks. Their wines are not really outstanding at all. But I mean, my home country's airline is also not the best when it comes to that, really, Lufthansa. Anyways, for that, and champagne was okay, and the drinks are also not so fantastic. But the crew is really wonderful. It's such a nice crew, very friendly, proactive also. So that was also very nice to see. Altogether, a really nice flight. I did the right thing choosing Finnair going to Tokyo, because of course I had the choice, and I chose Finnair. And unfortunately, it was all the time cloudy. The whole daylight trip overnight was cloudy, unfortunately, so it was really all white only. I hope to see Kamchatka, the famous volcanoes of the Kamchatka, or the strait between Alaska and Russia. I didn't. Anyway, at least I slept, and that also does not happen very much, so that is also really good. I'm gonna arrive in Tokyo rested. That doesn't happen so often. So altogether, really nice flight, totally recommended. So my dear ones, we've landed in Tokyo Haneda after 12.5 hours over the North Pole. What an interesting flight. And I go by bus shuttle to Shinjuku. The bus is really very nice, and it's only 8 euros compared to 95 euros for the taxi. So that's quite an easy decision. I hope you really enjoyed this flight report. If yes, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, and another really interesting report would be this one over here. Check it out right away. I'm Chris. Thank you for watching.